What's up guys, Coach MANdler here, Team Swole Patrol. Got a killer Flex Friday routine for you out there. If you're looking to build a bigger bench press but also look like a jacked, ripped, ass-kicking animal, then today is going to be the session you're looking for. We're going to be focusing on some max effort work on the pause bench press and following that up with some circuit-based weak point training for our delts and our upper back, and then finishing up with a nice little arm complex that will allow you to look and perform like an absolute animal. Before we get to the pause bench press routine though, I want to share with you a quick tip about doing the pause bench press itself. Whenever we're doing these, the whole purpose is to build more starting strength from the chest. We're going to be benching all the way kind of in between nipple line and the top of the rib cage if you have a good bar path when benching. So what we want to do, if you're a raw lifter, doing these pause benches will create a lot of starting strength by eliminating the potential elastic energy that we get from essentially kind of catapulting, if you will, off the chest during a touch and go type rep. So whenever you're doing these pause reps, focus on getting a good 3 to 4 second pause, because typically speaking, if you're a decently conditioned strength athlete, you can hold that stretch reflex and the elastic energy that you have built in the muscles from that for a good 3 seconds. So holding it for that period of time will eliminate the elastic energy and help you create a lot of starting strength, so that when you are doing a 1 rep max and just doing it kind of like the touch and go style, it will help you put up nasty numbers. So focus on staying nice and tight throughout that entire pause, and then the second you get that 3 or 4 second count, catapult that bitch off your chest, put it up, accelerate to the top, and I can guarantee you, once you start doing that routinely, working it in to your programming, you're going to start seeing bigger numbers with your bench. Alright, we're going to be kicking off this Flex Friday routine with a little bit of core activation work, specifically anti-rotation work. This one I'm a big fan of. I threw it in today. First time trying it out because I just wanted to give it a go. Given the fact that it kind of mimics the same movement pattern we're going to be using for a core lift, thought I'd give it a try. Got some good tension on that band and went to work on doing these iso presses, and I really liked it. So if you want to challenge yourself, try to stay as upright as possible when doing these and prevent any rotation back towards that band, and do that obviously by keeping everything as nice and tight surrounding your spine as possible. And then we're just going to superset with a standard Pallof Press. This is a great superset. I felt completely engaged and just nice and tight surrounding that spine. Just great core activation, supersets, got a good burn, and overall just felt crisp and more powerful leading up to the core lift that we did, that the pause bench, which we'll see in a second. But right after this core activation work, went right into some speed and explosiveness work with this push-up and med ball complex. Real simple here, doing 2 clapping push-ups, just trying to explode up as fast and as high as possible with those clapping push-ups. Then regular standard push-ups followed by the med ball work, just throwing one as high as possible and then throwing the other as hard as possible at that wall. When you're doing those, really focus on getting good hip involvement. Whole purpose of that is just to make sure you're getting your lower and upper body on the same page and moving as one cohesive unit, especially when it comes to bench press. People don't believe it, but your hips and everything below the butt cheeks have a big impact on pushing power. So doing that is definitely helping me to kind of throw up this bench big time. Speaking of the bench, what you'll see there is that good 3 second pause. Really focus on staying tight while you're pausing. Don't just relax. Keep a lot of tension, and the second you hit that 3 second mark, drive as fast and explosively as possible. Doing those, I promise, will have a big impact on your starting strength and will prevent you from missing weights that you could and should be getting that you're missing coming out of the bottom of the bench. So do that, especially if you're having problems at the bottom of the bench, and you will start seeing improvements. And after that, I did about 80% of that 2-rep max that I got with the pause bench, and just did as many reps as possible with these close grip bench presses. This isn't necessarily going to help as much for the for failing at the bottom of the bench press, but is definitely going to help with the lockout portion, which for all you out there that want to know more about how to train for strongman is definitely beneficial for you, because strongman is all about the overhead press and that lockout strength that you're going to build by strengthening the long head of the triceps in that close grip bench is definitely going to impact that. And after we do those 2 bench press variations, we're going to stick with some weak point training circuits, specifically working on the delts, triceps, and the back. Here, I've got a nice Iso military press and Iso row combination. Doesn't look like a lot, but trust me, when you do them this way, by essentially keeping those elbows out with the press instead of Arnold press style, by keeping them in, kind of pulling them towards your inner chest, it's definitely going to light up your obliques. And the same thing here, okay? Doing the rows with the dumbbell kind of to your side instead of kind of presented right in front of it, it's just going to light up not just your lats, your rear delts, but really light up your obliques too. That's another way to sneak in some good core activation work to build that stronger, more powerful, insulating strength that you need to have more total body man strength, if you will. And finishing up the day not finishing up the day. This is the second to last circuit we're doing. This is a nice little arm circuit. And this is, again, working on the long head of the triceps, the lazy head, if you will, the one that actually allows you to push some weight around. Doing some incline Tate presses, and then following that with some incline dumbbell Skullcrushers, and then working on the glory muscles, good old-fashioned bicep work. Doing some incline curls here, and finishing up the set with a little bit of standing hammer curls. I know the biceps don't have much impact on overall pressing strength, but I'm all about balance, and you cannot train triceps without doing a little bit of bro work on the biceps. So throw it in. If anything, you'll get your heart rate up and increase that metabolic rates and have a nice little fat burning effect. That's how you can justify it if you just aren't down with the bro training style. But nevertheless, finishing up today's Flex Friday routine with a little bit of back work. Real simple movement here. Bentover Scarecrows. Great way to get a nasty pump, build some work capacity in your lats, rear delts, and even your traps. Overall, just a fantastic cap to a fantastically badass Flex Friday routine. Thanks for checking out today's video. If you dig the Flex Friday routine that I just put on for you, do me a solid before taking off. Hit the like button so I know I'm hooking you up with what you're looking for. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the future tips and routines that I'm going to be sending your way. And if you're trying to put in more advanced tactics to build more maximal strength, speed, and explosiveness, as well as build more ripped muscle mass, then do yourself a favor and pick up a free copy of the top 21 lifting hacks of the pros that I put together for you by clicking on this button right here, or if you're on a cell phone or a tablet, go to the description area and click on the first link that you see. When you do that, I'll take you to the next page, which breaks down every free tip that I'll be hooking you up with, as well as what you need to do in order to download it completely free of charge. This is some next level shit that I've learned from coaches in powerlifting, like old school bodybuilding, strongman, and even Olympic lifting. It's stuff that has worked for me, all of my clients, and I know will work for you. So in order to get this completely free of charge, just click right here or go to that link in the description that I told you about, and I'll take you to the next page, which breaks it all down for you. Appreciate your time, guys. Have a good one. MANdler, out.